Hey goddess, welcome to this video. I am Abiola, and if you are new to this and true to this, as we say in New York, I'm the founder of womanifesting.com and the goddess of Paris Miracles and Manifesting Law of Attraction Retreat. You can learn more at goddessofparis.com, how you can come with me to Paris to manifest something big. Yes, yes. All right, so as you see by the name of this video, I'm going to be talking about naturally shrinking fibroids versus surgery. So as we speak, and the reason I'm making this video today is because tomorrow I am actually having surgery for my last remaining fibroid. However, I have been able to successfully shrink, vanish, disappear, do away with naturally 4 of my rather large fibroids. So I'm going to get into that, the methods that worked for me, and what I feel like worked and what didn't. I have to start with a disclaimer. Yes, I am a transformational coach. However, I am not a doctor, nor do I play one on the internet. Definitely check with your own medical team to know what is best for you. And by hanging out here, you are taking responsibility for your own well-being. Got that? Good. Okay, so a little bit of background. Here is what my fibroid journey has been thus far. About 4.5, 5 years ago, I guess, yeah, 5 years ago now, I was 4 years ago, I was diagnosed with fibroids, but I believe that I had them for much longer. At the time that I was diagnosed, I was trying to conceive and was told that because of the fibroids, I would not be able to. And I really, really believe, a lot of what I'm going to be talking about in this video is mind, body, spirit, and what people usually dismiss as woo-woo. They're usually like, not to sound too woo-woo. Girl, I am the woo-woo. And I believe firmly in my heart, my mind, my spirit, my bones, and my bone marrow that, we are mind, body, spirit beings. I mean, there's no other explanation. The great force that created the oceans and seas, that same God, creator, force, universe, whatever language works best for you, also created us. And we are not here by accident. All right. So all of that being said, I do believe that there is a mind, body, spirit connection between the time that we allow certain things into our lives. And I think that, one of the gifts, a couple of the gifts that I've received from these fibroids, and I have to look at it that way because we don't want to create additional dis-ease around anything that is currently within our bodies. We want to harmoniously and lovingly release anything that is out of harmony with what we are wanting, our beautiful, perfect wombs and wonderful, perfect health and all of that. So, the 2 biggest gifts that I got from these fibroids, one was I was in a relationship that I did not need to be in, trying to reproduce with somebody I did not want to reproduce with. I did at the time, but did not need to reproduce with. And it would have been a very unhealthy situation for me, way unhealthier than these fibroids are, had that been the case. So that is one thing in the beautiful infinite unfolding of this wonderful planet of ours, that a lot of times we don't know, and we think that, things are happening to us when they really are happening for us. Okay. Another gift that I received is being able to have closer communication with my family. So picture this, y'all. So the doctor, was like, holy crapoli, basically. She didn't say it like that, but I'm just saying, I'm just saying, like, these fibroids going on in your body, girl, are crazy. And how have you not been diagnosed before? And it's crazy up in there. It's like a whole mess of like, whoa, right? She's like, all right, like, this is like insane. What I'm seeing here, fibroids must run rampant through your family. And I'm like, no, they do not. Actually, miss, no, I don't know one family member that has fibroids, right? Come to find out, everybody from my own mother to almost all of my cousins had fibroids, but it's just something that we didn't talk about. We have very poor communication in my family, like in a lot of families. And especially when it comes to what we call women's issues, we don't talk about these things. And so what I didn't know was that literally at that moment, when I was being diagnosed, telling this woman that no, fibroids did not run in my family, that two of my first cousins at that moment were getting and in recovery from having fibroid procedures. And I just didn't know, because again, we didn't have these conversations. And it's important for us to, so that we know, we know what we know, and we are able to communicate openly and honestly about our bodies and our health and our well-being. So, I feel like that was a gift, to be able to have more open conversation and communication with my family, with the generations that are coming up next, and all of that. Now, I think that it may be helpful for you to also know, in terms of food, what I was eating at the time that I was diagnosed, because I was eating a lot of soy, and cutting soy out. Let's make that number one. Cutting soy out, I feel like has been very helpful for me in releasing these fibroids, because even though something may run in your family, we know that, science is teaching us that every gene that you have does not necessarily express itself in your body, which means that just because something is genetic and you have that gene, or you have that family history, it doesn't mean that it will materialize through you. So it is not any kind of like, oh, just because you know that everybody had this, that you're going to have this. So you can do things like with what you eat, with your mind, body, spirit, health, to make sure to be the healthiest, beautiful, most incredible goddess vessel that you can. So I was eating tons of soy, because at the time I was vegetarian, vegan, and the person that I was living with, he was trying to experiment with a lot of what I call the fake meats, those like man-made meats, which, are a lot of like different soy and goodness knows what. And a lot of it is way unhealthier than if the person was just going to eat meat to just begin with. And so I really feel like eating all of that soy was not good for my body. And I feel like that for me was one of the things that helped me to be able to release the fibroids that I was able to release. So fast forward to after doing all of the things that I'm going to share with you in this video, and, my womb report card, my doctor, looked, the doctor literally thought that, they were looking at like the wrong paperwork, or the wrong patient, the wrong person. Like, it had to be the wrong thing that they were looking at, the difference between what they had seen before and what they were seeing now. Like I said, if I didn't say shrank 4 fibroids, 3 of them totally disappeared. One of them very, very, very like tiny, almost disappeared. And the reason why I'm having surgery tomorrow is that this this big one, which is still very small, much smaller than the others, but is a big fibroid, is still there, and it's blocking my entire uterine lining. So we will be doing away with that tomorrow, and I'm doing this video today because this is the last time that I want to be able to say in the present tense I have fibroids. So getting rid of soy, number 1, was very helpful for me. Number 2, I wanted to show you, where'd it go? Okay, here we go. Bragg's apple cider vinegar. So a capful of this a day in water, I believe has been very, very helpful for me. At first I was doing every other day. You want to be very aware of your they say your tooth enamel, etc. when it comes to this. So you may want to do a straw or something like that, or just do it like I do it, like, a shot. But apple cider vinegar, I feel, has been very, very helpful. First I was buying, I think a couple of times I bought the Heinz apple cider vinegar, and still have some of that in my cupboard, but you don't want to do that. You want to, if possible, if you have access to, if the other one is the only one you can get, do what you can get. If not, if possible, you want to get this, which is Bragg's apple cider vinegar with, like it says, the mother, with the mother, which is, I don't know if you could see it in there. That's the mother, as we say in New York, which is the good stuff when it comes to the apple cider vinegar. Okay, so a cap of that a day, I feel like is really, really clearing for your system. Also having nothing to do with fibroids, hot lemon water every morning, I feel like is also, you know, just good for just keeping your body healthy and glowing, getting your skin popping, hair booming. Yes, yes, look at you. All right. So the next thing that I feel like was really, really helpful when it comes to releasing fibroids is hypnotherapy. Hypnotherapy, like hands down, was so transformative for me on this journey and in other areas of my life. Being able to go back and regress, pull up memories that you've forgotten about, things that may be causing you to behave in a certain way today in your life, that you're not aware of, the root cause lying somewhere in your childhood or experiences that you've buried. This has been such a powerful process that I'm currently studying hypnotherapy. And for me as a transformational coach, it's something that I'm going to be adding to my bag of magic, for my clients, to help you to be able to break through your fears and break through the things that are not working, because it has been amazing for me. Now you may be thinking, but what does hypnotherapy have to do with fibroids, Abiola? Well, like I said, it is mind, body, spirit, baby. Your mind, your body, your spirit are all connected. And if this is way too woo-woo for you, then you're on the wrong video. Feel free to click away. But if you will sit and just listen for a second, you will realize how perfectly, divinely orchestrated this universe is. It's not an accident that 28 days is a healthy human woman's cycle, and 28 days is the way that the tide moves with the sea. What? How magical are we? So there are reasons that we have, ways that things benefit us that we may not be aware of. We may create dis-ease in our lives, or allow in dis-ease because of something that we're trying to prevent, or something that we're trying to deal with because we don't have another way. Does that mean that it's your fault or it's my fault that I have fibroids on a conscious level? No. Would we ever choose this? No. I don't believe in any kind of, victim blaming or any kind of practice that allows us to be able to denigrate and beat ourselves down. However, that's very different than saying, I take full responsibility in this amazing co-creative dance called life, and anything that I can do to be able to elevate who I am and leave my corner of the world better than I found it, I'm going to do it. And so with hypnotherapy, here's what I personally found in my life that I feel like was really helpful in this area. I found that from the time that I was a child, that whenever I was able to be sick or ill, like even having little conditions like eczema or whatever, it got me out of situations that made me uncomfortable. It helped me get out of school, helped me get out of class, helped me to have to bring my parents together for conversations. Like I mentioned in this case, got me out of a relationship that was horrible, So it's something that's worth thinking about and worth looking at and worth analyzing, so that we could clear it. If it's any kind of resistance that is in our lives. Resistance is the opposite of flow. And what we want is healthy flow. What fibroids are not healthy flow. They're more like, So to get back to flow, we want to get rid of things that are resistant. That's why practices like yoga help. Yoga has been extremely helpful for me as well, but I'm not putting it on this list because I don't think that it was directly related to shrinking my fibroids, although I think that it was very helpful for me not murdering somebody when, especially on day one and day two of my eternal period. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Okay. Okay, good. All right, so moving on to number 3 or 4 of what I feel like has been very helpful for me in shrinking fibroids. So this that you are looking at, which is in a cinnamon bottle, is clearly not cinnamon. So what is it? This is a seed, which in Guyana, my parents' country, is called Saigon. Saigon. Now, it comes from the inside of a bean. And for the past few years, anybody who was going anywhere near Guyana, my mother would have them bring these back for me. What I have since learned is that they are called moringa. Now, Saigon, you may have a harder time to find in the US or the UK, wherever you're listening from. Moringa, you can easily find. Moringa tea, though, is different than these seeds. So the moringa tea, which is made from the leaves, as you can see there, and it is this kind of long string bean sort of thing. These seeds are inside, and these are the dried up version of these seeds. Now, here's the funny thing. I bought these in the Bahamas from a family that makes teas, tastyteas.com. You can find them on Instagram. tastyteasbahamas.com is their website. Tasty Teas, BAH. Awesome family. I bought a whole bunch of teas from them when I went to speak in the Bahamas at the Creativepreneur Summit a bit ago. And this is, very, very powerful. Again, don't treat herbal remedies lightly just because they're herbal. If you are pregnant, especially, do not take these. Do not take anything that directly impacts your uterus without speaking to a doctor. However, for me, I feel like this was very, very powerful in helping me to naturally shrink and disappear the fibroids that disappeared. Now, here's the great news. I just found this out in the past couple of days, y'all. Past couple of days. You can get this on Etsy. Yes, on Etsy. I will try to remember to put the link below. If I don't, leave me a comment and be like, Abiola, where's the link to the moringa on the Etsy? Yes. And so you just take them. You take one a day, the same way that you would a pill. Chew it up. It's not the best tasting thing that you're going to have all day. Drink some water. I usually like to chew it more than that, but this is a video, so we're going to keep it moving. And yes, it tastes like you're eating seeds because you are. And I feel like this has been, a very, very powerful combination in my body, mind, body, spirit, healing connection. Now, the last thing that I'm going to share with you is very powerful. And unlike hypnotherapy, where you need a practitioner to be able to do it with you, you can do this yourself. It's called EFT, Emotional Freedom Technique. Okay. Before we get to that, visualization. Oh my God, visualization. You can do this yourself. It is so very, very powerful. And I definitely think that this linked in with my hypnotherapy was the key to really disappearing the fibroids. All right. I'm like getting too excited to explain. So what you want to do is every night before you go to bed, you want to breathe and you want to visualize your perfect, healthy womb. Your gorgeous, healed, healthy, and divinely perfect womb. Your amazing fallopian tubes. Your beautiful ovaries. And how amazing that everything is operating just as it should. You may want to Google and look at a picture of what a healthy womb looks like and visualize it and see it and feel it and, really, really put energy into knowing that that is your body and that you are declaring and proclaiming perfect health. You're speaking health and wealth and wisdom over your divine, incredible, beautiful womb. If you are working with a hypnotherapist who can create for you a recording, That's one of the things that my hypnotherapist offered. If you want her link while I'm still being trained, because I'm still at least 2-3 months away from getting my certification, but I'm happy to share with you the person who I worked with. It is not an inexpensive thing to do, but it's worth it. This is your body. You're investing in your healing. So that is something that you want to definitely look into. All right. So now EFT. If you are unable or unwilling to invest in hypnotherapy or just as an added thing, here's something you can also do yourself. EFT is emotional freedom technique. And so just like there is acupuncture with needles, this is acupressure, which is there are meridian points throughout our bodies. And what you want to do is you want to tap through those meridian points, which I'm going to show you in a little bit, while you repeat your biggest challenges, biggest fears around your fibroids. And the reason you're doing this, you may be thinking, well, wouldn't we chant affirmations? Aren't you Abiola, the founder of womanmanifesting.com, the woman who makes the goddess affirmation cards? Yes, I am. But a lot of times when we have very strong resistance, especially when something is in our physical body, and we chant affirmations, and we say, I am so healthy and so perfect and so beautiful, your inner bully says, girl, no, you ain't. Girl, right now, you know that it feels like somebody is yanking out your uterus and you are in pain, right? Your brain is saying to you, don't believe what you're saying. So the beauty of this process of EFT is a combination of the tapping on the meridians and going through what that inner dialogue would be really helps to transform. And Harvard has now shown that EFT can relieve even physical pain. I have videos also on EFT. It works for my anxiety and a lot of other people. This is a very powerful healing practice. Okay. Again, check with your own doctor or healthcare practitioner if you have questions. All right. So you want to just start out tapping here. We'll just do a little bit of short EFT, which again stands for Emotional Freedom Technique. Just repeat after me. I have other videos that explain how it works, the science and all of that. Right now, we're going to just tap it out. Repeat after me. These fibroids. These fibroids. These fibroids. Top of the head. Eyebrow point. These fucking fibroids. Sides of the eyes. I am so over these fibroids under the eyes. I feel like these fibroids are ruining my life under the nose. How dare these fibroids invade my body under the lip? I am terrified to wear white collarbones. I have to spread blankets everywhere I sit. Bra strap point. These fibroids. Top of the head. These fibroids. These fibroids. It doesn't feel good to be dealing with this condition. It doesn't feel good under the eyes to be dealing with this situation under the nose. I deserve better. I deserve to feel good. I deserve to feel greatness. I deserve to feel good. Top of the head. I deserve to feel God. Eyebrow points. These fibroids. My body is beautiful under the eyes. My body is amazing under the nose. My uterus is incredible. My body is a work of art. I love my body. I know exactly what to eat for my perfect health. I know exactly what to do for my perfect well-being. It feels so good to be me. I take great care of my body from the inside out. Thank you, fibroids, but I don't need you anymore. Thank you, fibroids, for trying to protect me or take care of me. I know that because my body, all my body does is love me. All my body does is win. I no longer need these fibroids. My body is well. My body is healthy. My body is strong. I am strong. My womb is strong. My uterus is dynamic. And I am powerful beyond measure. I am stronger than I thought. And all of the perfect answers are coming to me now. I know exactly what I need to do. I am clear about my next move. It feels good to be in charge of my body. I love being me. Yes, and for this, I am so grateful. And for this, I am so grateful. So you would tap it out and you would repeat after me, or if the stuff that I said is not the script that you would choose for you, choose whatever words work for you and your personal situation and tap it on through, tap it on through, tap it on through. If you did that with me just now, you should already be feeling better. And what it's good for is sometimes just a mental shift. Sometimes we just need to move out of the why me, woe is me space in order to just have clarity, to make decisions about our next move. And that by itself is a gift. Okay, so hopefully this video has been great for you in terms of some holistic remedies and therapies that you haven't thought about. And like I always say, you know, I firmly believe that our creator, whatever created us, also created surgeons and doctors. So there's absolutely nothing wrong with choosing a surgical intervention. If you feel that that is the path for you, go for it. Or like if you want to do like I did and do a combination of holistic and surgical, you could give yourself an amount of time and say, okay, I'm giving myself this amount of time to be able to like at one point I was a raw vegan, you know, giving myself this amount of time to infuse my body with all of the mind, body, spirit health that I can. And then at that point, if there are any fibroid tumors remaining in my body, then I will do an intervention at that time. Okay? The most important thing in this journey is to remember that you are in a divine co-creative dance and you do what works best for you. The answer that works for you is not what works for someone else, all right? You're going to be okay. In fact, you already are. You're divinely, perfectly, beautifully, and wonderfully made. Look at you. Ah! If you're new here, you want to hang out, definitely hit the subscribe button. Leave me a comment. Let me know what your thoughts are on this video. Hit the thumbs up and hit the little bell so that you get a notification whenever I'm live. I look forward to playing with you. And if you want to come hang out with me in Paris, leave me a comment and I'll let you know how you can do that too. All right, my love, be seen, be heard, be an amazing, amazing movement. Namaste. Bye.